Hey, this is Matt once again with, it's a review, but maybe it'll be like a quick review of a film I rented recently called Hangman. It stars Al Pacino and Karl Urban. That's why I rented it. I liked those two actors. Al Pacino, great films like Heat and Justice for All. Wonderful actor. Karl Urban, Dread. And it's a cop serial killer movie. You saw a lot more of those back in the day when they had Seven, Copycats, many other flicks. Sadly, this film was pretty disappointing. It has a lot of bad reviews, has a very low rating on IMDb, and I perfectly understand why. But still, so does ICU, aka Detox with Stallone, and that's to me one of Sylvester Stallone's more underrated movies. I reviewed that when I did my Sylvester Stallone marathon. I love ICU, aka Detox. Even though it has flaws, it does. I still really enjoy that movie. And a lot better than this. But the gist of the plot, Al Pacino, he was a cop, he's retired. Karl Urban, he's a cop. You have, yes, the cliche that his wife has been murdered a while back, and they haven't caught the guy. It's still up in the air. And then Karl Urban has this, pretty young, pretty beautiful journalist that tags along with him. And the two of them go to this crime scene, and there's a dead body, and then there's Hangman. People don't know. Some people might not even know what the hell that is. It's a game where you have certain amount of words. Like, let's say, trying to think of ladder. I see the Jacob's Ladder posted. Let's say ladder. So you put, 6 spaces, and it's guess what it is. If you say L, great. Here's an L. But if you say T, oh, you draw bits and pieces of a hangman, and then when he's fully hung, you lose the game. And with each dead body, there's another letter carved into them. And then on this table by this first body, there's 2 badge numbers, Karl Urban and Al Pacino's character. They used to work together, so Al Pacino comes out of retirement. The 2 of them and a young journalist, pretty journalist, the 3 of them, throughout the whole fucking movie, they're just go from point A to point B to point C. They find a body. They kind of a murky way find some kind of clue that leads to the next body, and leads to the next body, and leads to the next body. At one point, it's on a train track, and the person's being hung, and Karl Urban's trying to get the guy off and from being strangled, and Al Pacino has to get him out of the way so that before the train hits the strangling guy. Yeah, rather lame ending, and then also sort of a sequel bait ending too, which I thought was really weird and stupid and bullshit. And the movie itself is just, it looks like it might as well have been made for cable or like a pilot for a cable TV series or something. Karl Urban, he does the best that he can. He's not the problem. The girl who plays the journalist, she's alright acting wise, but there's really nothing to her character. Al Pacino, sadly, he's off At times it feels like he's sleeping through the role. Sometimes he talks barely above a whisper. Sometimes he has this weird accent. I don't know if he's trying to be a fucking southern guy with his accent. Like sometimes there's no accent, and then his performance is all right. Then sometimes it's this sort of southern thing, and it's like very quiet. Where I miss him being like excited, pissed off, angry, like in Any Given Sunday or And Justice for All and stuff. Heat. But I don't know, maybe because people make fun of those roles and they say, "Oh, he's over the top and he's just a caricature of himself." But that's one of the big strengths, not the only, but one of the big strengths of Al Pacino is his energy and his fire that he can bring to something. And this is a movie that he should have done that and get rid of the southern whatever the fuck accent. Maybe the director. I've never heard of the director before. I don't know what the hell else he's done. Maybe he should have been like, hey, don't have this fucking accent, or hey Al, wake up. And lately, I mean, with Al Pacino, it's sad because he had 80 minutes, which I fucking hated. He had Righteous Kill, which was horrible. I don't know. I mean, I think he's doing a film with Scorsese called The Irishman. Maybe Scorsese will wake him up. I hope so. Or maybe he can't do it anymore. I don't know. But maybe he just didn't get much direction from the director. But it's a rather weak performance, sadly, from Al Pacino, and that's sad. And Karl Urban, I would say he's the best actor in the movie. And when I say that, as an acting performance that someone is giving around all the characters. If you want to get technical, technically Al Pacino would be the best actor in the movie, but Karl Urban is giving the best acting performance. So, bleh plot that could have been interesting with the Hangman thing, but maybe if they actually got them involved, where it's like actually some unknown killer, maybe with a hood on, and it's like here's a victim. I want you to play Hangman with me. If you win, I let her go, or I let him go. If you lose, they die. Which I thought they were going to do because even like the first scene Karl Urban and Al Pacino have is Al Pacino doing like a crossword puzzle type of thing. So okay, maybe he's good with that, but not really. They don't really do a whole lot with that. Again, maybe it's not exactly what happened, but kind of what was that movie Untraceable, which I wasn't the biggest fan of, but I would say even that's better than this. Actually, I want to give that another look, Untraceable. But it's showing like video footage and it's live and it's like play a game with me, game of Hangman. Like maybe that would have made got the characters a little bit more into this mano a mano with this killer instead of just sort of following with their dicks in their hand or with the lady with her tits in her hand. And sometimes she was doing better than the detectives. Like she was finding clues that they should have been finding out. Like when they try to find this girl, well, they try to find this person, and the two go in, and like she looks and sees this thing, and it's like detectives come, it's really her, and then they chase this girl to ask her questions. Also, I thought it was weird that here's a girl that's a journalist that's a tag along. Why do you keep bringing this girl into such dangerous situations? Like, why do you keep dragging her along this really uh, extremely dangerous situations? When you tell her, no, not this time, you stay here. Another annoying thing, at least two times, either Al Pacino or Karl Urban, they'll see someone and they'll be like, freeze! And they don't follow them. They don't chase this person. Like this one thing in this I forget if it was a church or something like that, and this thing falls from the ceiling, hits Al Pacino, and he hurts his back. And Karl Urban's like, freeze, and there's a guy, Shadow, runs off. Karl Urban doesn't follow the guy? People, but Al Pacino was hurt. Yeah, but the girl's there, like the lady's there. She could get a phone and call someone and stay with Al Pacino while you go follow this person. Nope. Freeze. And then the guy runs. Okay, and then Karl Urban's helping Al Pacino. Another one on that train track. Karl Urban's trying to get the strangling guy, and Albert's like freeze. And there's a guy that goes like through these parked train cars. Al doesn't chase him. No, let me get Karl Urban off. But I'm like, you have the other girl there, the journalist lady. She could be doing that while you're chasing the killer. That's at least 2 times you let someone get away. You don't even attempt to chase them. The one time they do is this lame, shitty car chase. I don't remember a damn thing about. So yeah, it just bad script, terrible direction. Al Pacino almost sleepwalking, and then at times this weird southern accent from time to time, and like, too quiet, and then just again sort of that southern weird. Just did not fit Al Pacino. And in retrospect, I don't know. Did you really need the journalist lady? Not really. You didn't really need her alone. Could have just been Al Pacino, Karl Urban. And then the ending is really lame. Like that girl gets taken, the journalist lady. Al and Karl Urban find where she's at. And then the why behind this killer is like, really? Because then you find out, oh, back in the day, Al Pacino went to this guy when he was a kid and gave his father an eviction notice. And then the father killed himself by hanging himself. Then Al's like trying to talk to the kid. There's like in a flashback, and I'm like, so all this because Al Pacino gave an eviction notice, which he was obligated to, and then the guy hung himself. Like, this is why? Got evicted, man. You've been evicted, man. Like, what? Like, and then, like, Karl Urban's fighting the guy. And then Karl Urban pushes the guy back, and it's like Karl Urban's doing well. And then for some reason, like Al Pacino like pops in so the killer can stab him, even though it looked like Karl Urban was holding his own. And then kind of Al and Karl Urban throw this guy off this ledge, and he falls. Al Pacino dies of his wounds, which was really fucking stupid. Like Al didn't even need to get involved, and then like killing his character off didn't bring anything to the movie other than lameness. And then you get to the funeral. Karl Urban's at a cemetery. And throughout the film, you also got the idea that this killer had also killed Karl Urban's wife. But no, that's not the case, because then this little kid comes up, gives Karl Urban this note, and there's a bunch of dashes again. Like a letter A or something. And it's another game of Hangman. And I'm like, so were there 2 people doing Hangman? But then this guy did all this, and then the guy who killed Karl Urban's wife, he was just watching the whole time? Or was this unknown person doing all this killing, and then who the fuck was this guy who they killed and Al Pacino had the flashback about? Like, where the fuck did this come out? Like, did you just sequel bait when, like, what? Someone explain that shit to me, please? Please, someone explain it? Pretty please? Because it went past my bald head. What the fuck? So, you, they got a killer because he was trying to hang the lady, but were there two killers? Is one a copycat? What the fuck? Like, and when I rented the DVD, there was no like commentary because I was going to listen like maybe the director could fucking explain, but no. I guess this isn't really a quick review because it's like 15 minutes long. I guess this is a regular review, but rant really. But yeah, lame, a lame ending. You kill off Al Pacino in a stupid way, in a pointless way. Then you leave a sequel bait ending that's just even more confusing. You got a weak as hell script. You have no suspense or tension. Uh, Stupid decisions that the characters make, like bringing this journalist lady along, or uh, not following the killer like at least two times when they easily could. It's just them sort of drifting from one crime scene to another, and nothing memorable or remarkable about it in the slightest. And the idea of the Hangman and having Al Pacino, Carl Urban in a cop serial killer movie seems neat, but the director, the writing, whatever, fucked it up. And like I said, on top of that, even Al Pacino's performance is rather weak. Like I say, he's kind of sleepwalking through his role. Even the beginning of the film was very awkward because like Al Pacino gets his car hit, and then he's chasing this guy, and then stops the guy. Him and other cops stop this van, and then Al Pacino gets out, and then you see like something on the like above the dashboard, and I guess that's supposed to lead to in the future, like I don't know, just the way he did it was like it was confusing. It was needlessly confusing. But yeah, this movie sucked. Just the best way to put it. I thought this would be a quicker review, but as soon as it got going, I'm like, this thing that pissed me off, this thing that pissed me off, this thing that pissed me off. It's just a poor movie all around. So anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Hopefully Al Pacino. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he's past his prime or not. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.